So we discussed earlier prepayment to supplier. We also talked about prepayment to employee spending. Today we will see prepayment to employee, generating expense report. Together we will see expense report will be created. Expense report I will generate today. And before that we will also discuss prepayment to employee. Whenever there is a prepayment to employee, then only this expense report will come into picture. So we will see prepayment to employee expense report today, and we will also see one more important invoice, that is withholding tax. That is also we will see after the break. But initially let us proceed our journey with prepayment to employee, generating expense report. Two invoices we will see together. Now, why you make a prepayment to employee? What is the reason for making a prepayment to employee? Anyone can tell? Reason for making prepayment to employee. What are the various scenarios because of which you make a prepayment to employee? Yes, anyone? Why you make a prepayment to employee? Employee is going on official tour. Employee going on what official tour? When employee is going on official tour, why will employee will spend the money by himself? His personal tour. It's a personal tour, he will bear the expenditure. If it's an official tour, why would employee spend the expenditure? So, the example which I given earlier, same example, let me repeat. If in case you want me to give more example, I can give more example. That won't be a problem. Employee, one simple example I can give you is, before we buy the product from the vendor, supplier, vendor is saying that he won't be supply the product until unless we go to supplier place, verify the item, check the item and sign agreement. So he is saying very clearly, we need to go to supplier place to sign agreement. Without signing agreement, he told that he can't able to give the product. So in order to sign agreement, we need to send a consent authority from our organization to sign agreement. You want to verify the item initially. Only upon verifying the item, vendor told that he can able to give the item. That means, he is saying that whatever the product that is about to ship, whatever the product is about to give to us, he is saying that we need to check, we need to verify it once, then only he told that he can able to give the item. So such case what we need to do? Such case we need to send our employee or employees to supplier place out of station, for which company has to bear the expenditure, because as I told you, the employee is not going on his personal tour, he is going on official tour. What would be the expenditure that company is going to give? The basic expenditure like accommodation. When the employee want to go from one place to other place, from a railway station or maybe from airport to the client place, the local travel expenditure company has to bear, and food company has to bear. These are the bare minimum things, and over and above this, the airfare, the air charges, or maybe the train charges based on your company policy, they are going to give expenditure. Now here you see, these are the 4 expenditures mainly I discussed. One is airfare, one is accommodation, one is local travel, one is food and meals. These are the bare minimum things most of the companies they offer to their employees. Now if you are going to talk about big IT companies, if IT employee goes to the tour, based on the company policy, based on the employee designation, these expenditures would vary. Now here you see, as I told you, the IT companies. What are the IT companies? We have too many companies, but let me take example Oracle Corporation. And there is a cash-rich companies are there. There is a private limited companies are there. Those are also, we have cash-rich companies. So those companies, you know, they give a lot of value to the employee. So you see, I done a project wherein I forced to went to some place, some country actually. Now when I went to the country, that country within Asia, what do you know the organization they do? They'll give employee all this expenditure whichever I told you, like, you know, accommodation, airfare, local travel, food and meals, and also depends upon the company policy, they will also give weekend entertainment expenditure. What is that weekend entertainment expenditure? Example, my company at that time was paying about 2,000 weekend entertainment expenditure is a 2,000. That is couple of years back, more than 5 years back. So what you are going to do with the 2,000? You go out, buy small piece of burger, which would cost you 25-30, eat that burger and sleep at your home, still company will give you 2,000 Indian currency. Now similarly, you went out with your friends spending about, let's say 5,000 in the weekend, you submit the bills to the company for 5,000, company will not pay you 5,000. Company will pay you only 2,000. So you spend 20 rupees, 25 rupees, 30 rupees, company will pay you 2,000. So basically you don't require to produce any bill. Now why the company is giving you the weekend entertainment expenditure? Weekend entertainment expenditure basically we see mostly in the IT companies, because in the IT companies from Monday morning 9 o'clock, the BP meter will start. What meter? BP. Why you call BP? BP in the sense what? Blood pressure. Why blood pressure? You see, most of the IT people, they have BP, and most of the IT people, they also have sugar, diabetic. Why? Because you see lot of pressure on the employee, targets, irregular timings. Once you reach up to certain level, your health condition, you need to maintain well, otherwise you will be in trouble. You see, even you talk about other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is what? My mother, she was drawing a salary of about 25,000 she was drawing monthly. The same time I was drawing somewhere around 50,000-60,000. So double that, more than that. So more pressure, more money you get. So this is what in the IT. More pressure, more IT, more troubles, more health problems. Okay. So here you see, I'm just getting diverted. Let's get into the discussion. So I was telling you about weekend entertainment expenditure. So employee would be paid weekend entertainment expenditure, because Monday the BP meter will start, blood pressure meter will start on Monday morning 9 o'clock. This BP meter will go till Friday night 9 o'clock. Friday 9 o'clock onwards, the happy meter will start. You see, not to demotivate or not to that employee get suicide, thought of getting suicide, all that, to avoid that, you see lot of pressure will be there. That time, employee might take any wrong decision also. What is this hell going on? So what the companies they do, they give weekend entertainment expenditure. You go to pubs, you go to restaurants with your family, if at all your family is there, otherwise your friends, freak it out, enjoy your time. And again, the happy meter, as I told you, Friday evening the happy meter will start. That happy meter will go till Monday morning 9 o'clock. Again Monday morning 9 o'clock your BP meter will start. Agree? So again what employee will do? Employee will wait for till next again Friday night 9 o'clock. Though is going to BP meter starts also, back off in the mind. Now troubles are started, never matter. Trouble will end by Friday. Again happy meter will start on Friday evening. He will wait for that. So why I am telling all this, you see, expenditure, in which scenario, which cases, which companies, how they pay to their employees, you should know. Because tomorrow you are going to become an IT consultant. So you also should be knowing which company is giving which kind of expenditure, which kind of benefits. If you are in the hands of big IT companies, who is cash rich companies, who is worried about their employees, those companies, they'll give you a lot of benefits. So I believe you are clear with this example. Fine, let's get into the practical. Let's see how it is going to work in Oracle. So employee, you require to create the employee from human resources. Let's go and create employee from human resources. I go to my regular user. Here you see we have US HRMS manager, and at the bottom you see so go to responsibility called as US HRMS manager. There you record to create one employee. For that you can go to enter and maintain. People, enter and maintain. People, enter and maintain is a navigation. Click on new. I'll create some employee name. Employee name is Ishwar. Mr. Ishwar. Create employee. Action is create employment. In the right side top you see it's create employment. Person type is employee. Social security number you are supposed to give because we are doing US HRMS. It will be 3 digits, then 2 digits, then 4 digits. Birth date. When is Ishwar born? 15th March 1980. Is aged about 36. Town of birth. Marital status. Married. Region is Asian. Nationality Indian. Country of birth India. Registered disabled. When a physical disorder is there by birth or maybe in between. Yes, fully or partially. You want to give, you can give, otherwise not required. Go with say. So this employee we created in human resources HRMS. Name of the employee is Ishwar. 15th March 1980 is the date of birth. 36 years old, married. Hyderabad is basically, and also is a Asian. It's taking time to save, just bear with me. Still it is saving, just bear with me. So above social security number, the employee number will be generated here. Once you save it, so it is still not able to generate. Just bear with me, it is going to save now. Above social security number, you can see employee number will be generated. Here you go, the employee number is generated. Now I close it. This employee where we created, this employee we created in human resources. Everyone agree with me, right? So we created employee from human resources, but payment will be happening from where? Payment will be happening from payables. So what Oracle is recommending? Oracle recommending that you can't able to make the payment to the employee who got created in human resources. It is not possible to make the payment to employee. It is not possible to the employee to make the payment from where? From payables it is not possible. Why?